Well, I've been working on a project that's helping people with an early onset form of Parkinson's disease. And what really grabs me about this project is that it impacts people from the Pacific. And I was born in the Pacific, so I have a real connection to that. And also the fact that it's a genetic form of Parkinson's disease that causes an earlier onset, so it starts affecting people when they're quite young, and that can be really debilitating. So we're doing research on this project to work out how it's come about, and also some research to try and get a cure for it.
Interesting. So this early onset Parkinson's, I mean, how many people does it affect? What's the ratio?
Yeah, okay. In a general population, if you're European or Latino or Chinese, you won't have this genetic change in the PINK1 gene that causes the Parkinson's disease. However, if you are from a Pacific island like Samoa or Tonga or Tokelau, that it is carried in that population. So it could be as many as 1 in 1,500 people have this genetic form of Parkinson's disease in that population.
That seems very high. Will all of those people go on to develop the early onset Parkinson's, or is it just a risk factor?
So if you've inherited the 2 gene mutations, so you need to have inherited one from your mother and one from your father, if you have both copies, then you will get an early form onset of Parkinson's disease sometime before the age of 50. We can't say exactly when, but it could be, we've had patients as young as 12, but yeah, basically by the time you're 50 you will have some symptoms of Parkinson's disease.
Wow, oh my gosh, as young as 12, is that particularly young? Are there other cases of early onset Parkinson's happening in other populations, or is that out of the ordinary? Yeah,
so this gene mutation isn't known in other population types. However, there are other mutations in the same gene that are found in Europeans, and that can cause the same, what we call phenotype, so the same symptoms of Parkinson's disease. And look, it can be very mild in the beginning, and it might get misdiagnosed because of that, and because you're not expecting a young person to have it. So that's part of the problem that we have with this form of Parkinson's.
So a cure or prevention, how far away might that be?
So because we know the mechanism, we know the gene that's involved, we know what that gene does and what is going wrong when there is a mutation in that gene, it means we have a direct target that we can hone in on for a cure. So there are there's lots of studies going on around the world on this gene, but I think here in New Zealand we've only just found out the importance of this gene in our population specifically, and because it does have such a large population impact, we have a real focus on it that maybe people elsewhere in the world don't have a focus on. So we're at the early stages of our finding a cure, but we do know a lot about the mechanism.